pray.
Lord, as we begin today, we ask freshness of your Spirit, that out of confused issues may come simplicity of plan, that out of fear may come confidence, that out of hurry may come deliberation, that out of frustration may come guidance. Let us get to our work, not head first, but heart first. May we be able to disagree without being disagreeable, to differ without being difficult, to be honest without tension, and frank without offense, in an atmosphere of team spirit. Amen.
A pleasant morning, grade 9 Sagittarius! How are you today, class? Are you guys doing fine? Alright, before you sit down, please pick up the pieces of paper and arrange your chairs properly, okay? Ms. Secretary, is there any absentees for today? None? Wow, very good. Okay. So, last meeting, I have given you an assignment, right? Okay. Please pass it forward because I will be the one to check it after class, okay? Thank you. Alright. Once again, welcome to our English class and having a motivational quote from Theodore Roosevelt, no? Just believe you can and you're halfway there, okay? Some may say that it is easier said than done. But this is life. You have to experience the struggles. You have to experience ups and downs, twists and turns, and able to reach for your dreams and goals. Okay? Sinasabi ng iba na ang layo pa ng pangarap ko. Oo nga. Okay? Oo nga. Malayo pa. Pero malayo ka na. Alright? Yan yung gustong iparating ni Theodore Roosevelt. Alright? Okay, before we start our lesson, let us first hit up with our short yet engaging activity. I know all of you are familiar with this game. We just have the same mechanics. You just have to guess the title of the movie by looking at the picture of the characters with their unforgettable line, okay, in the movie. Again, if you want to answer, just raise your hand so you will be called. Okay, are you guys ready? Alright. Okay. Who would like to guess the first one? Yes, AJ. May the odds be ever in your favor. She is Effie Trinket. Yes, from the Hunger Games. Very good. Next. If we can accept limitations, we're no better than the bad guys. Sino nagsabi niyan? And who is he? Yes, please. He is Tony Stark, the Iron Man from the Avengers. Very good. Next. Anyone? Yes, please, Camel. I betrayed everyone who ever loved me. I betrayed my father, my brother, my home. I know what I did, and I know why I did it. And that's not who I am anymore. He is Loki Odinson from also the Avengers. Very good. Mukhang mahilig kayo sa mga movie, ha? Okay. Sino yan? Yes, Rochelle. The Cheshire Cat. Very good. From the Alice in the Wonderland. Okay? Most everyone's mad here. Sabi niya, di ba? Kausap niya si Alice. Alice is asking for direction. Next. Yes, JR. We stay close. We stick together. We get through this. We get out now or we die trying. Who is he? Thomas from the Maze Runner. Very good. Next. Yes, please. Kilala niyo yan. He is Rocket Raccoon from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Very good. Sobrang He is super humorous. Okay? Yes, please. The one and only Harry Potter. Ano sabi niya dyan? I don't go looking for trouble. Trouble usually finds me. Indeed. The one and only Harry Potter. Next. Yes, Layla. You like my own personal brand of heroine. She is Bella Swan from Twilight. Very good. Twilight series. Okay. Last but not the least. Yes, please. I know nothing with I am nothing without this suit, brother. He is Peter Parker from the Spider-Man, also in Avengers. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for your active participation, ano? And I know all of you are excited to learn new things and discover new lessons for today. Okay, after I have energized you, let's have now a review. Okay? What did we discuss last meeting? Yes, please.
Last meeting, we discussed the different literary devices and literary elements used in analyzing literary pieces.
Alright. Then define and give the segmental sounds of English. Yes, please.
Segmental phonemes are similar, slightly different sounds within a language. An example of segmental phonemes are the sounds of a, e, and u noun.
Very good. Now, who can enumerate the literary devices and elements used in analyzing the literary piece? Yes, AJ.
Literary devices are composed of simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, imagery, symbolism, flashbacks, foreshadowing, alliteration, and allusion. On the other hand, literary elements are the characters, settings, plot, conflict,
Very
point of view, and
good.
style.
Now, give me the prosodic features of speech. Anyone? Yes, please.
These are speech features such as stress, tone, word juncture, and accompanies or is added over consonants and vowels.
Okay. Last question. Last na lang to. Okay? How are segmental and suprasegmental phonology related? Yes, please.
Segments consist of vowels and consonants, while suprasegmental features are speech attributes that accompany consonants and vowels, but which are not limited to single sounds and often extend over syllables, words, or phrases.
Very good. Thank you so much. Wow, you all remembered our discussion from last meeting. Now that you are ready and fully awake, our topic for today focuses on the Anglo-American literature, featuring The Seven Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. Okay? So this is our objectives. By the end of the lesson, the students will be able to first discover things about oneself through analyzing the poem. Second, explain the literary devices used in the poem upon examining its structure. Next, perform speech choir, observing appropriate and effective speech conventions. And lastly, reflect on the message of the poem and find values one can apply in real life. Okay? Before we wander deep into the different literary pieces, let us first understand all about Anglo-American literature. Are you guys ready? Okay. Anglo or English literature refers to people of British Isles descent in the Americas, New Zealand, and Australia. Anglo is a late Latin prefix used to denote English. Okay? Can you guys follow? Okay. Moreover, Anglo-American literature have its literary genres, and these works include genres such as epic, poetry, hagiography, sermons, Bible translations, legal works, chronicles, riddles, and others, and many more. Most of the major authors of the period, such as Walt Whitman, William Shakespeare, Henry James, Edith Wharton, Faulkner, Eliot, Pound, Dos Passos, Hemingway, and Fitzgerald are well represented in this era. Okay, let us now enumerate the characteristic of Anglo-American literature. The characteristics of Anglo-American literature have heroic poetry elements, Christian ideals, synecdoche, metonymy, and irony. Let us now discuss the famous literary pieces of Anglo-American literature. First, we have Ecclesiastical History of English People. This is written by Venerable Bede. He is considered as the father of English history and regarded as the greatest Anglo-Saxon scholar. Next, we have Caedmon's hymn during 7th century. An unlearned cowherd who was inspired by a vision and miraculously acquired the gift of poetic song and produced this 9-line alliterative vernacular praise poem in honor of God. The fates of the apostles, Juliana, Ellen, and Christ II, or the Ascension, these are all Old English Christian poems and that were popularized by Sine Wolf in the 8th century. Okay? Next, we have the famous Beowulf. Okay? The national epic of England, which appears in the Noel Codex manuscript from the 8th to 11th century. It is the most notable example of the earliest English poetry, which blends Christianity and paganism. We have also the Dream of the Rood. This is one of the earliest Christian poems preserved in the 10th century. Vercelli book. The poem makes use of dream vision to narrate the death and resurrection of Christ from the perspective of the cross or rood itself. Next, can you guys follow? Okay. Next, the Battle of Maldon. This is another heroic poem that recounts the fall of the English army led by Bernard in the hands of the Viking invaders. Next, we have the Battle of Brunanburg. This is a heroic Old English poem that records in nationalistic tone the triumph of the English against the combined forces of the Scots, Vikings, and Britons in AD 937. Next, we have The Wanderer. The lyric poem is composed of 115 lines of alliterative verse that reminisces a wanderer's past glory in the company of his lord and comrades and his solitary exile upon the loss of his kinsmen in battles. Next, we have The Seafarer, an Old English lyric recorded in the Exeter book that begins by recounting in elegiac tone the perils of seafaring and ends with the praise of God. Okay? Now, those were all the literary pieces of Anglo-Saxon or Old English literature. Now, let us unravel who was the greatest writer during the early English literature. Do you guys have some hints in mind? Care to share? Yes? Edgar Allan Poe? No? Another answer? Yes? Very good indeed. The one and only William Shakespeare. Okay, William Shakespeare was an English poet, a playwright, an actor, and he is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's preeminent dramatist. He is often called England's national poet and Bard of Avon. Okay. William Shakespeare is widely considered as the most influential writer in the history of the English language. He originated hundreds of words and phrases that English speakers use of this day. Alright? Maybe all of the students or a common youth knew William Shakespeare because of his popularity. No? He wrote thousands of poems, any other literary pieces. No? He was the greatest. Okay? The one and only William Shakespeare. So, ito na. Okay? One of his prominent poem was the 7 Ages of Man, describing the circle of human life. Okay? Shakespeare ingeniously compares the periods of life to theater plays, where actors or the people play their roles until they go away from the stage forever. Okay? This poem is one of the most famous works of Shakespeare due to its first phrase, all the world's a stage. Okay? the author compares the world with a stage, and every living person is described as an actor who plays 7 different plays on that stage. The descriptions of every stage are brief but very lively and colorful through precisely chosen figures of speech. Okay, because of this, let me play a short video clip of this poem. Okay, please be observant on the proper pitch, the stress, the intonation, the pronunciation, and junction. You can jot down notes because we will be having an oral activity after this. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay.
All the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then, the whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwillingly to school. And then, the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honour, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
The poem is lovely, isn't it? Now, to test all your listening skills, can anyone in the class cite literary devices used in the poem? Anyone in the class? Yes, please. The metaphor. In the metaphor, all the world's a stage, and all men and women are merely players, seeking the bubble reputation. Very good. Let's give her a round of applause, please. Okay, next, who would like to share the literary devices? Yes, please. Simile. Okay, simile. Sighing like a furnace, creeping like a snail. Very good also. Please give him a round of applause, please. Next, personification. Who would like to share? Yes, please. Seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. The cannon is an object, so obviously cannon have a mouth. Okay, very good. That was clever, okay? Thank you so much. Next. Yes, please. Imagery, okay? In the imagery, last scene of all, that ends this strange eventful history. It's a second childlessness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Very good. What a great observation and listening comprehension. Next. Any more? No more? Alright. Okay. That was a great observation, okay? Please give yourselves a round of applause. Yes. Now move forward and discuss the different speech conventions that play a huge role in the fluency during speech and communication delivery. First, let us define what is a speech choir. Okay, anyone who would like to read the first line? Yes, please. Very good. It is, thank you so much. It is also called choral speaking. Okay? And the speeches in unison will help bring the speech to life with the use of proper oral skills. Example, the pitch, the tone, the volume, the pace, the diction, and enunciation. This is called speech conventions. And to be able to present a good speech choir, keep in mind the following. Okay? First, be mindful of the correct pronunciation by simply using dictionary that has a pronunciation guide to it. Okay? Another, stress and intonation are crucial in speech choir on which word to be stressed and depends on its intended meaning. Okay? Can you guys follow? Alright. Next, divide the core participants into 3 voices, the light, the medium, and the dark. Light and medium voices are often from the females, while dark voices are of course only males with very deep voice. And number 4, arrange the piece and memorize it thoroughly. Diba in speech choir, you have to memorize talaga the piece before performing it in front of the crowd. Okay? For the better performance. Next, drill the choir members to feel the piece. Facial expression should reflect what they are speaking. Of course, this is very necessary in performance, the facial expressions. Okay? Next, costumes and props can give life to the performance. Of course, tinitingnan din yung costumes. Okay? Lastly, speech choir participants should not fidget or make unnecessary movement all throughout the speech delivery. Of course, kung hindi naman kailangan, you have to stand still and don't make any unnecessary movements kung hindi naman siya kasama sa choreography. Okay? That was all the discussion for today. Okay? Is there any questions? Clarifications? If that's so, let us proceed to our exciting activity. Exciting part. Our activity is making or performing a speech choir. Okay? I will be dividing you into 5 groups with 8 members each. Okay? Each group will perform a speech choir of the poem entitled 7 Ages of Men by William Shakespeare. Okay? I am giving only a 20-minute preparation and practice for this activity. And this will be guided with the following criteria: observing the pitch, the pauses, enthusiasm, posture and eye contact, and volume of your voice. If there are no questions, kindly proceed to do the task. Okay, I am just giving you 20 minutes. Go. For your evaluation, okay, our activity is entitled Choose Your Fighter. You have to choose one. Isa lang ha, isa lang. Choose one among the tasks provided below on how you would reflect the message and values one can apply in real life of the poem entitled 7 Ages of Man by William Shakespeare. Okay? Those activities are listed. First, kung gusto nyo ng slogan with 13 to 15 words. a symbol or an image, no? Anong image, mental image na na-form nyo during while analyzing the poem. Next, 200 words essay. If you want to go an essay, you go write it out. Next, poster making. Okay, a poster. This activity, I will allot you a 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. Pwede na yan. Okay? And each of the following entry will be graded based from the given rubrics. First, the content and presentation of ideas, relevance to the topic, creativity, and impact. Okay? Now, go on and work. Good luck! Alright, for your assignment, I will send a link on our Google Classroom for a 10-item quiz, okay? It is a Google form quiz and you can access it in any devices. I will open it until the midnight for those who have a low internet connection, okay? Do you have any questions? If that's the case, then stand up everyone. Goodbye, class. Thank you for a fun and cooperative learning today. Okay? May God bless you. Okay, thank you.